Awesome. Let's get into it. Welcome everyone to Up, and Away, a comic book movie news and review podcast. My name is Joe Gilpin. I am joined as always by my brother,
Jose. No, Matt.
Not your name at all. Do not lie to the people.
No, that's your name in Spanish. I didn't even mean that.
No, yeah, true. My brother Matt Gilpin is here. Matt, how are you doing?
I'm good. We're in the middle of a heat wave, so I am sweaty.
Yeah, you are built for winter climate.
Yeah.
For this podcast, every Friday we go ahead and watch classic comic book movie. We go ahead and review it. Every Tuesday we come to you guys with news and review kind of show. It's a great time. Today, of course, being Saturday, unfortunately it's one day late, but this is going to be our comic book movie review of the week. We are talking about 1992's Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Starring Michael Keaton,
Danny DeVito,
Michelle Pfeiffer,
Christopher
Walken, as directed by Tim Burton.
Yeah. It's the only sequel Tim Burton's ever directed to one of his films.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I can believe it. Is he doing the new Pee-wee?
I don't know.
I would assume yes. I mean, who the fuck knows? I would assume yes. So maybe that's about to change.
Yeah.
20 years later.
24 years later. All right. You want me to throw down
We're gonna hop right into this. We're gonna have a lot to talk about today.
Yeah. Want to throw down some facts before we jump into the plot?
Sure. Throw them down.
All right. This movie, as you said, was directed by Tim Burton. Screenplay and story by Daniel Waters. Don't know who
Not Sam Hamm?
Sam Hamm partially wrote the story.
Okay. The story. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not the screenplay.
How many people worked on this story? Because there's not much story at all in this.
Literally two.
Yeah, okay.
And this movie had a budget of $80 million. All went to Catwoman's suit.
Yeah, 100%.
And
Danny DeVito's fish budget.
Yeah. Do you want to guess how much it made?
Sure. I'm going to guess that this movie brought in $350 million.
No, less.
Less than that? $250.
More.
$266. I was close to $250.
Yeah. It's respectable.
That's very respectable. I know it was less than they wanted, and that's why they ended up changing directions. Moving forward, this is going to be the last Tim Burton Batman.
Yeah.
And they're going to move over to Joel Schumacher. That'll be a debacle coming up.
Yeah. Debacle.
But for here and now, it was very disappointing to the studio that really expected this to be a knockout, home run, $500 million movie.
Well, hey, if you want that to happen, have a plot.
Yeah, for sure, make a good movie. To spoil it for everyone, this is a terrible movie. This is really, really bad. There's a lot going on, but nothing actually happening. It is a movie completely about art direction. There's no character growth, no character development. There's no real plot. Nobody is doing anything. There's massive plot holes throughout this entire thing.
Do you want to try and guess what the Rotten Tomatoes score is?
See, I feel like people have too rosy an opinion of this movie. So I'm going to guess the Rotten Tomatoes score is a little too high. I'm going to guess that it's at like 55%.
No.
What is it?
80.
Shut the fuck up. This is an 80% movie?
I'm not lying.
No, but this movie is the worst.
And that's all across this thing. Like, IMDb has a 7 out of 10. Amazon.com at a 4 out of 5. Like,
this is total bullshit.
It's just...
They haven't seen this movie. They're not actually watching this movie. This movie is terrible.
Yeah, when you're watching this movie like we're watching it, we're actually, like, asking questions and breaking down a scene all the way through.
Why do they have this scene? What is anyone saying?
Yeah.
What's possibly going on?
What is the motivation?
Yeah. And none of it makes any sense. And there's people out there, I'm sure they're listening, that they disagree with us. They think it's a great movie. Listen to what we're saying. If you disagree with us, you can go ahead and get in touch with the show. We'll tell you how to do that a little bit later.
Send us an email.
Let us know why we're wrong.
It's better than a tweet.
Yeah. So we're going to hop right in, get into the scene-by-scene breakdown, and we'll go through our problems.
There are parts we like.
There are parts that are good. I actually would say my favorite part, I think this is really good Batman-Selina stuff. Batman-Catwoman stuff. I think their relationship is really good in this movie.
I agree.
We'll get to that as it comes up.
Yeah. Alright, so start from the beginning?
Please.
Alright, well, the movie starts...
No, let's start from where that duck boat is.
This movie starts with two people, and it is Paul Reubens and Diane Salinger.
Yes, Paul Reubens.
Yeah, who goes and later on plays...
Also Diane.
She was also in Pee-wee.
Yeah, she was also in Pee-wee. She just wasn't Pee-wee.
Yeah. Paul Rubens goes on to play the father of the Penguin again in Gotham.
Yes, and he does a great job in that show.
Yeah.
Not going to spoil anything about what happens, but he does a great job.
Yeah. They have a baby, but he is very but he's very deformed and very violent. We see him eating a cat.
Yeah, he pulls a cat into a thing.
He's
a freak.
Cage.
He's a freak. Yeah. And the parents are without option. They don't know what to do.
And so what they do is they throw his ass into a stream.
Yeah, they take him and it's very Moses-like. Like putting him into the river?
Sure.
No, it is. There's a big Moses parallel. Do you think this is their first option? This is the first thing they tried to do?
Yeah, you think you could have just smothered him?
Yeah, you can do a lot. He's a little baby. Just fuck him up.
I guess he was violent. Maybe they tried and he bit Diane Salinger.
Throw him around by the fucking feet and shit.
Give him a little Cesaro.
Yeah. Swing him around. Big old giant swing. Do you think people ask questions about where this baby went?
Like their friends?
Like their friends, assuming they hadn't any. Just somebody in their life had to ask a question of hey, you guys had a baby, right?
Where's Oswald?
Where's Oswald? He's out hunting cats. You know that, Ozzy.
And he eventually arrives at the underground penguin habitat in the Gotham City Zoo, which is out of business, of course.
By the way, Penguin's makeup artist in this movie, I meant to bring it up before, gets a special title card. Stan Winston, who I guess he just did the Penguin art on this.
Yeah. Which is unique art, I guess.
Sure. He gets his own special little title card, which is weird because the Penguin in this movie looks like a wet sack of hammers.
Yeah, it's true. He's got a little Hank Hill ass.
Yeah.
He's got... it's very grotesque, which is what they were going for.
No, I get it.
But, alright, then I literally said, so how old is Penguin supposed to be? And then there was literally a card that said 33 years later.
Yeah.
So we're meant to assume...
That happens to you a lot.
Yeah, I know.
You spend a lot of time asking questions about a TV show, only to have them immediately answered.
And then someone's literally like, well, Matt, let me tell you the answer to your question.
Yeah. Somebody will give a piece of exposition directly to what you were just asking.
I'm literally that person that, movie studios will screen a movie for, and they're like, just ask us questions throughout, and then I ask a question, and then they just add it in later.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we need a note about that. We need a little thing right there.
So 33 years later, and Gotham is preparing for some more festivities, like in '89 Batman. They're preparing for Christmas.
Sure, it's very Arkham Origins. Origins?
Yeah.
Yeah, Origins. Yeah, it's very Arkham Origins.
Yeah, it's like that, but it sucks.
Yeah.
And that was the worst of those games.
Still pretty good.
Yeah. That was actually made by a different company, too.
I know.
We see Max Schreck, who is Christopher Walken. That is a brand new character.
Yes.
To Batman.
This is something we brought up in the last movie, too. These movies have a bad habit of not pulling directly from the Batman universe because they don't care about the Batman universe.
The mythology.
The mythology and all that, and just creating their own characters.
I remember I was throwing out names of oh, he should have been this, should have been this. And then we did agree on one of them. He's Rupert Thorne.
He's Rupert Thorne. He is playing a Rupert Thorne character. He has the hair. He's the same kind of business mogul, chemical worker kind of thing. He's Rupert Thorne.
He's a corrupt owner of a company.
Yeah.
Whose factories emit.
Just plug in Rupert Thorne. It makes it better.
Waste. Yeah. It's oh, cool, Rupert Thorne. It gives weight to him.
Yeah.
It's I give a shit about Rupert Thorne.
As much as the name Max Schreck does for anybody. It's just value added. There's no downside.
Did they want to sell Max Schreck toys?
I don't know. Was it maybe a Harley Quinn type of thing?
Who the fuck wants to use Max Schreck? There's already 1 billion businessmen in Gotham.
True, and Harley Quinn hadn't been created yet.
Yeah. And she was unique. The Joker didn't have girls around him.
Yeah. Ew.
Yeah. I don't eat women. So he's being celebrated as a local figurehead by the mayor. He makes a short speech. And, actually we saw a scene of him back in his office.
Yeah.
With the mayor.
Yes.
And they're, planning the festivities.
No, he was trying to get, a permit for a power plant. What is his plan for this?
It's seemingly that he wants to create this power plant that will essentially suck the energy from the town, leaving it powerless, and then he can sell the energy back to the town.
But the town already has too much power. Like, the mayor openly says, we have too much power, we can't build another power plant. He could probably just build this capacitor as he wants to, 100% above board, and still make money. They have too much. Take away some. It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's...
Supply and demand, Maxwell.
And so, we also meet his assistant, Selena Kyle.
Yes.
Executive assistant is what she calls him, but she's a secretary.
Yes.
And she is kind of bumbling, just kind
mousy, kind of overstressed, overworked.
Yeah. But again, she looks like Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
So, like, you ain't fooling anybody, girl. We see Max and them go down to the festivities for the tree lighting ceremony, where the Ice Princess is gonna light the tree. Why not?
It's here where we see people are running around, and there's already chatter about Penguin myth or man or myth, and there's the underground Penguin Man sightings and all that. So clearly he's already in the universe.
Yeah, he's a myth.
He's like venturing out for sandwiches and whatnot.
Yeah. That would have been a great theme.
Yeah.
We also see Alfred, too. He's like, fuck off, newspaper boy.
Yeah. Paper chap.
Really mean to that kid.
Yeah.
And Max forgets his speech. He leaves it on the counter of his office, and Selena sees that as a cutscene, so she's like, oh, shit. And, because she knows she's going to be in trouble for her forgetting the speech. I
have a note in my thing. I take notes during the movie. I have written here, this is total bullshit already.
Like, he was like, remind me to blame that,
remind me to take it out on what's her name, yeah.
And it's like, what'd she do?
She forgot to load his speech into his pants.
Yeah, for real. Here you go, sir. Stuff.
Kisses him on the forehead, gives him a Capri Sun.
Thank you, Selena. And then during his speech, his made-up speech that he's coming off the cuff, we see a big present coming down the street, and all of these freaks jump out of it and start wrecking up the joint. And
not just freaks, circus freaks.
Circus freaks, that's right. And they attempt to kidnap him, Max Shrek, but for the first time in 15 minutes, we see Batman.
Yes, he does not show up until 13 minutes in. He doesn't have a line until 34 minutes in, I believe.
Yeah.
And even as just like, hope it goes well for him.
Yeah.
There's no Batman. If you came into this movie expecting Batman, turn away. It's not going to happen.
Batman returns, but barely.
Yeah, sort of. Batman, ? Returns, shrug.
Batman, return! Exclamation point. Soon after...
No, money down.
Such a great joke. Soon afterward, the circus gang, they do capture Max Shrek, because there's a plot, kind of. And they take him to the sewers, to the lair of the Penguin.
He's hiding in Arctic World.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couple of things. Let's pause right here. Okay. Couple of things. Why does the Penguin have a circus?
I mean, that kind of gets answered in a minute.
No, it gets answered that he is connected to them.
Right.
But not why he is connected to them, and why he was raised by penguins and the circus. Who is this person? We never find out really what the connection is. Yeah. Other than that he did spend time with them.
Yeah, why would they like he's our leader?
And they are an established gang. Somebody says at one point, the circus gang is back.
Yeah.
As if there's a roving band. I guess it's Gotham, you have to accept that.
Yeah.
But the circus gang is back is a very Tim Burton-y sentence.
So true. And that's where we meet Danny DeVito's character, the Penguin, who is very ugly.
Yes.
He's
a physically repulsive man.
He's now an adult, living where his basket had landed so many years before, and he tries to blackmail Max Shrek, saying, like, your company is dumping toxic waste, you killed your business partner, we found your shredded documents and put them back together. That's a very good scene.
Yeah, that's a great scene. There's good stuff happening in that scene. I have no problem with that.
Like, it's kind of like, you tried to flush all your secrets, but they came to me.
Yeah, you can't get rid of your past. I understand you. That's a good scene, and there's a scene later with Penguin and Shrek back in Arctic World. That's also a good scene.
Yeah.
Most of the one-on-one scenes in Arctic World are fine. The problems will come later, I assure you. Real quick, why is the Penguin making his move now? What is causing him to do it now? Why not a year ago? Why not 2 years from now? Why this moment?
Do you think he's getting... do you think it's because of Batman?
How long has Batman been Batman in this movie?
I mean, are we supposed to assume this happens in real time, so it's 3 years later, after the events of the 89?
It's possible. It could be a year. We're never told.
Yeah,
anything we guess is just that, a guess.
You know? Because it's not like this movie is in a different universe. Vicky Vale's brought up later.
Oh, no, totally. It's a very clear sequel. Yes.
Yeah. Let alone with just Michael Keaton and Pat Hingle and Michael Gough all returning. Even though Pat Hingle's in it for 1 second.
Yeah, 1 second. Jan Hooks has more lines in this than
Commissioner James Gordon.
It just... But he wants to take his place in the upper world. He wants to learn about who he is.
So he says.
He knows he comes from the from the real world. I'm not sure how he knows that, but he does know that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And at this time, we're also told we're given more backstory on St. Kyle.
Yes. We also have not talked about Chip Shrek.
Oh, God. Dad! This guy's giving a Christopher Walken impression.
No, and honestly... He does a good job.
I mocked him throughout this entire movie, though.
Yeah.
I kept doing an impression of his impression.
No, it's very much like but I thought he did a fine acting job throughout.
Whatever.
He did exactly what was asked of him. He was asked to do some bullshit.
Right, that's fair.
Yeah, but I thought he did a great job.
You know what he kind of looked like? He kind of looked like Armie Hammer.
He did look like Armie Hammer. Yeah.
Like, he kind of looked like a dumber Armie Hammer. Who I'm surprised hasn't been in the superhero thing.
He's supposed to be Batman.
In what?
The Justice League movie that got canceled.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the George Miller Justice League.
Oh, really?
He was supposed to be Batman.
I can dig that.
Yeah, no, he would have been really
built
good.
Like shit. Like,
yeah, it would have been great.
Like 6'5", 220.
Yeah.
I think that's what he said when he was in The Social Network.
Ironically, his career got fucked up by that movie with Johnny Depp, who's known for working with Tim Burton. Segue back around. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, for real. I miss Armie Hammer. Where you been, buddy?
I really think that movie fucked up his career badly.
The Lone Ranger?
Lone Ranger.
Well, if you're a listener, we like you and we'll cast you in something.
For sure. We have plans.
We
do. Big plans.
Yeah, we get more backstory on Selena Kyle. She's a lonely single woman living in a small apartment. She's only really friends with cats, like alley cats who come in through the window. She gives them milk. It's sad, but she seems like a nice lady. While working after hours in the office, she stumbles across proof of Max Schreck being crooked.
Yes. And
being a bad man. And Max Schreck arrives, and Selena's like, I don't know what you're fucking doing. Like, I'm just a stupid secretary.
Can I pause you right there?
I guess.
I'm sorry that we're jumping around so much, but this movie also jumps around a ton.
No, this is the plot.
Yeah. But earlier, during the attack, we saw some stuff with Selena, something I wanted to bring up.
Oh, okay.
When she had the chance and she was alone with an unconscious attacker, somebody tried to mug her, Batman saves her. And she's appreciative, but she is still stumbling over all of her words.
Yeah.
I thought it was very interesting that she's left alone and she finds a taser and she starts tasing the unconscious attacker.
Right.
There's a little bit of warped... you can already see the problems forming in her. She has a little bit of darkness inside of her.
Yeah, and then she starts like kicking them while they're down.
Yeah, oh yeah. She's starting to take a little bit of power. She's a powerless person in a very scary city.
Yeah.
And when she starts... Also during that fight scene, Batman lights someone on fire.
Oh my god, he incinerates somebody.
Yeah, it's like a fire thrower kind of guy. He lights him on fire. Also, he has a ton of very particular gadgets in this that are really as bad as anything in Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a moment. Yeah, and I'm going to break down that car thing. There's a moment where Batman has to turn around the Batmobile, and when he does, he deploys some sort of stand that comes out of the bottom of it, and it lifts the car up and turns it and sets it back down, and he drives away. That is total bullshit. That is fucking terrible and stupid.
Yes. It's real bad.
And like you said, that was on par with anything dumb that happened.
That's going to be coming in this Batman quadrilogy.
Yeah. Yeah, and we see...
Later on, he blows someone up.
Yeah, legitimately, he puts him in like a hole with like a bomb.
No, yeah, like he sticks a bomb on him and then shoves him down the sewers.
And you see a
giant explosion. And he blows somebody up, so he kills someone.
Yeah.
So anybody shitting on that about the Zack Snyder universe can fuck right off.
Yeah. Every Batman movie, he's killed at least one person.
Yes, 100%. 2, sewers have a lot of explodable gas. And he started a fire down there. That's a public health risk, Batman.
There are several fires down there in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Selina Kyle and Max Schreck pushes her out a window and kills her. Which is...
I thought the blackmail scene was great.
Yeah, I agree.
I had no problem with the scene where he killed her.
She falls several stories into the alley below, but is resurrected when a bunch of...
Very obvious Max Schreck killed her. I don't know what his plan for getting away with this was. He just kind of like throws her out the window and then like dusts his hands off and walks away.
All done.
All done. There's a giant hole in my window and a dead body 30 stories down.
Dad, there's a hole.
Thank you, Chip.
Thank you, Chippy, whatever his full name is.
And now we're hitting a problem in the movie.
This is one of the biggest problems, is the resurrection of Selina Kyle. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Lead people through it.
Well, we see she is greeted, her dead body is laying there in the snow, and she's greeted by...
Assumedly dead.
She's dead.
Assumedly dead.
She's supposed to be dead. Everything says resurrected, so... One cat, like, jumps on her, and then a bunch of cats come out of nowhere and just start, like, gnawing on her hands and shit.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she just opens her eyes.
And she's been reanimated somehow.
Yeah.
Okay. We have to stop right here and talk about this. Is she possessed? Is she reanimated? What is the reason for this? What's the mechanism for her newfound abilities? There's never an explanation given. Is it the actual cats themselves? Do they just happen to be there? Are they drawn there by some power that recognizes something in her? Do we have any answers about anything that's going on in this scene? Or is it just she got thrown out a window and now she's a cat lady?
She just got thrown out of a window. Now she's a cat lady. Like, she liked cats before. At least they established that.
That almost makes it even weirder. Why?
Was it the same cat?
Could she have been a dog thing?
Dog woman?
Dog woman? Raccoon woman?
Frog woman?
Frog woman? Something. I'm just really into giraffes.
A bunch of giraffes come over and start licking her. And then she is alive and she goes back to her apartment and is just like destroying the place.
Drinking up a ton of milk.
Yeah, a bunch of kitty cat formula. And she just like takes a leather jacket out of her closet.
Is that what it was? I thought it was just a bunch of leather.
No, it was a jacket.
Okay, fair enough.
But out of that little jacket...
She played Rizzo in her school's production of Grease.
Yeah. That'd be really funny. There's, what do they call it? The Pink Ladies?
Pink Lady
Patch. There's like several Pink Ladies things around the costume.
Like throughout the movie.
Yeah, you can clearly see them. That's really funny. Yeah, and she just starts making a costume, which little old Michelle Pfeiffer would not have a big enough leather jacket.
Oh, there's no way. She would need, like, a Mac from It's Always Sunny duster.
Yeah, for real. And even then, like, it might not fit.
Yeah.
And she sews it all together.
We're going to have to make some culottes in this.
And so she's like, I feel great. She's like, I feel yummy. That's what she said.
Why did she make a costume?
To give herself a new identity?
I guess. What is her deal now? What is going on?
She's like, I'm going to take back...
Her power?
Yeah, and we saw...
She wants to kill Max Schreck. He's easy to find.
Yeah, you work for him.
You work for
still
him.
Work for him.
She sees him the next day.
You could have just poisoned his drink. You're his secretary.
Yeah.
So, scene shifts back to... And she does she say she's Catwoman?
No, I don't think so.
She doesn't? Well, the Penguin is about to make his entrance into society. What he does is there's a press conference for...
And they keep calling him the Penguin, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, well, I'll get to that in a second, actually. During a press conference for something, there's a circus gang...
Hey, check out this weirdo.
Yeah, for real.
Literally the point of the press conference.
No, this is later. Penguin hasn't showed up yet.
Oh.
This is when he shows up out of the manhole.
Oh, right, yeah.
There's just a press conference for something, and then a circus gang member appeared and snatched the mayor's infant son from the mother's arms.
Yes.
And he's like, peace! And he jumps into a manhole, and then you see in the manhole he gives the baby to the penguin.
Clearly colluding.
Yeah, so the penguin rises from his duck with has a jack.
Should we explain that more?
No, he's just got a big duck. It's a fake duck. It's not a real duck. It would have made more sense if it was a real duck, honestly.
Yeah. We're going to see the shit out of that duck.
Yeah.
Is the duck a penguin thing? Is it a clown thing?
Did they find it down there?
I have no idea.
Because it was the zoo, maybe?
I have no idea. Oh, maybe that's it. It's from Arctic World. By the way, I get a little annoyed when Batman villains are hanging out in a place that corresponds to them a little too one-for-one. It's like, oh, I don't know. Should we check the Arctic Preserve for Mr. Freeze?
Or what about that pumpkin patch for Scarecrow?
Exactly, yeah. What are we doing, guys? We can just hang out.
And so the penguin comes up and they're like, oh shit, he's ugly. And but he found that baby.
What are those?
And
they just start roasting him.
Super mean to him. This did not go as planned. But that whole thing turned Penguin into a local hero, and everybody loves him for some reasons because he saved a fucking baby.
Sure.
If you were that ugly, people would still be like, fuck that guy.
No, 100%.
Especially Gotham.
But I thought overall the scene of him rescuing the baby getting in trouble, and then him rescuing the baby, I thought that scene was pretty good.
Sure.
There was nothing
compared to some of the
There's
stuff.
nothing openly wrong with that scene.
And so he's just like, I just want to find my parents, and I just want to do all this stuff.
He's a very sympathetic character at this point.
And it's like, they're like, oh, sweet Jesus, Oswald. Oh, yeah, he's Oswald. Spoiler alert, his name's Oswald. So he goes, and Max Schreck is now acting as one of his top advisors, because he's like, look at this hero. Now, Dad, look up my friend.
Has Max already said his mayoral plans?
No.
No, yeah, he did. When he was talking to the mayor, he told him, I want to recall you. And he was like, you don't have a candidate.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he buddies up
with
to Penguin, because Penguin's a very sympathetic, likable guy at this point, for some reason. Or so we are told.
Yeah, I remember when I was watching this movie. Never mind. And so we see that the Penguin.
That's a fun mystery for everyone.
Yeah, you won't know what I was thinking. Just won't cause controversy.
Something full of hate, perhaps.
We finally get our first dialogue of Batman, don't we?
Yes, 34 minutes in, he is watching that press conference, and he says, "Huh, Penguin, hope goes well."
Yeah,
I think he even left us a word out. It couldn't have been a shorter sentence.
It's just a grunt. And Alfred's like, yes, sir.
They're just talking in a series of grunts.
You know how much Michael Keaton got paid for this, too?
No, I bet he made bank.
$11 million.
$11 million? Shut the fuck up.
For, 5 lines?
That's gonna buy you a shitload of turtlenecks that he wears this entire movie.
And,
he cannot stop wearing turtlenecks.
You're gonna get nuts! I wish they would have brought that back, just randomly.
Stop asking people that.
Bruce, Jesus. You snuck up on me there.
Hey, how's everybody doing? You want to get nuts? Hey, what's going on, everybody? He just drops it subtly into conversations.
We see that the Penguin is he's in the Hall of Records. We think looking up his birth certificate.
Nominally trying to find out his birth name
But he's writing down names.
Yes.
And he's writing down names of people on birth certificates.
Yes.
So that's odd.
Well, his plan, we can spoil his plan.
Right,
this entire thing, if you haven't seen the movie, you should.
Why are you still listening if you didn't want to get spoiled?
His plan is to target the firstborn of Gotham. And he's going to, just like he was ripped from his own family.
And this is unbeknownst to Max Schreck.
Unbeknownst to anyone. He is going to take them, abduct them, probably kill them, seems.
Yeah.
So he's already setting that up. And we actually find out a little bit. I've watched this movie 4 or 5 times. This is the first time I picked up on the circus gang stuff that Batman puts forward in the next scene.
The detective work.
Yeah, the detective work. Anytime you can get Bruce Wayne doing detective work in a movie, I'm happy.
Yeah. But it's also, we see, before Bruce does that detective work, we find out that Oswald has found his parents. They are the Cobblepots. His name's Oswald.
Tucker and Esther.
Yeah, and he goes to a graveyard where they are buried to lay a rose on their grave. And how the fuck did this get past anybody?
Oh, the fuck up in
the grave.
Yeah, when he's walking forward, he like bumps into a grave and it moves.
The tombstone moves. Like very visibly.
Like how they do. If you've ever been in a graveyard, you can just those things are basically paper mache.
Foam.
Yeah.
And now Bruce is investigating the Penguin's background for some reason.
Yeah.
He just believes there's more to his motives.
Well, no, I think he was looking up the circus gang.
Oh, and it kind of...
and while he's looking up the circus gang, it says in there that there was a aquatic bird boy who escaped. The circus gang started as just members of a circus, were going around committing some crimes while the circus was touring. Very Dick Grayson. And
that would have been cool.
That would have been great. Well, he was originally supposed to be in this movie.
Nah, motherfucker.
He got moved. It was supposed to be Damon Wayans. But this movie is already fucking chock full of bullshit.
Is it Damon or Marlon?
I think Damon.
I think it was Marlon.
Was it Marlon?
Wayans. The funny one.
It was supposed to be a Wayans.
The goofy one.
Regardless. And that would have been dope. We would have had a black person in this movie.
Yeah. Oh my god, is there any black people in this movie?
I don't think there's a single black person in this movie that I can think of.
Oh shit, there's not.
Not that I can think of. Maybe in a crowd scene?
Possibly.
Yeah,
Could have had Billy D.
Could have had Billy D. He never comes back. What was I saying? Oh yeah,
By the way, it was Marlon.
Fair enough. So the circus gang was going around and they were abducting children. And
yeah, this was a while ago, while they were in the circus.
While they were in the circus, they were abducting children. Nobody knows why. Before they could get caught, some of them escaped, including an aquatic bird boy.
And
assumedly, the penguin.
Yeah, makes sense. I was really confused after this now, because I assumed that the Penguin had always been in the Gotham sewers.
Did he leave? Did he come back?
Why? And because people are like, oh, there's the Penguin and Man or Myth.
Yeah.
Assumingly that he's been down there for a shitload of time, and that like enough people have seen him to warrant like a Bigfoot-like status. But he left and joined the circus and then came back?
Listen, he had a showman's heart, and he just wanted to let the world see his son. He does have like a showman part of him where the circus thing kind of makes sense for that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's very poorly handled. Whatever they're going for is poorly handled. But it does give Batman enough suspicion to start operating as if Cobblepot is potentially dangerous.
And now we see that... what scene came after that?
Catwoman?
Yeah, I think... Was it Bruce and Selina? Was this Bruce's meeting?
Yeah.
With Max Schreck. And he's meeting with Max Schreck to talk about something.
Yeah, no, we see Catwoman stop a robbery.
That's right, yeah.
She's going around, she's doing Batman shit.
Yeah, she's fucking people up.
Yeah. And also victim blaming a little bit. She's like, you shouldn't have been dressed that way or something.
Yeah.
Some lady walking around. A little odd.
And now, her main weapon was like her claws?
Yes. They were like sewing needles, basically, that she attached to her fingers.
And, she had a meeting, Bruce had a meeting with Max Schreck, and when Selina walks in, Max Schreck is like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Selina
I fucking murdered the shit out of you. I thought I did. Maybe I was up on ayahuasca again. If so, I apologize, Bruce. This meeting might not even be happening. Because I am a crazy person, clearly.
And, Bruce is real turned on.
He is wet for Selina.
Yeah. He Missy's Batman by accident.
He is down to clown.
Mr. Wayne, you have a massive erection right now.
It's the pants.
It's the pleats.
There's a lot of vamping in this scene. There's a lot of like...
A lot of vaping?
There's a lot of like Tim Burton-y kind of lines that don't make sense.
Yeah.
That
sound
they
interesting.
resemble wordplay. They're not even really wordplay, but they resemble wordplay.
Yeah.
or a pun or some kind of thing. And everything's a little off kilter in that Tim Burton-y kind of way, not in a good way.
No, in the Tim Burton way.
Well, no, Tim Burton stuff can be great, but
Sure.
this is just it's being shoved into this box that it doesn't fit in. That's the real problem with this movie. Is it's just not well put together.
Yeah. Off the point, but you know what my favorite Tim Burton movie is? Probably Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow? I haven't seen
It had a good murder mystery to it.
I'm not sure I've seen that.
It's really good. Christopher Walken's in it.
Oh, dope.
I would recommend it. And Johnny Depp.
Edward is
so
fucking good. Edward is...
So we're not shitting on Tim Burton.
Edward is one of my it's in my top 10.
Yeah, this isn't a directorial problem. This is a story problem.
For sure.
Well, he probably had a hand in that. I assume I give that more to Waters and Ham. Yeah, and so they're like, they want to fuck each other, and we also see that Catwoman she blows up a department store, Shrek's. He's like a department store owner too, and that's when her and Batman meet. They have a fight, and it ends up with Catwoman being thrown off a building into a truck full of kitty litter.
Sure, why not?
I was like, what is that, sand? And then she was like, kitty litter. And I was like, what?
Yeah. What is Catwoman's issue with Batman? Is it just that he's trying to stop her from being a vigilante?
Yeah, I think he's stopping her from being who she wants to be. I think that's it.
Okay. I guess if we're going to do anything. But she hates him.
Yeah, well, she's pissed. And that happens in this next scene. She goes and meets with the Penguin, who at this point has launched his mayoral bid.
Yes.
And that's where we get our Jan Hooks.
Jan Hooks!
She's in it. She plays one of his advisors in his
This
campaign.
might be the only time we're going to see Jan Hooks in a superhero movie.
I think it is, Joe.
I would be shocked if she's in another one.
Mainly because she's dead.
She is dead. I fucking love Jan Hooks so much.
Yeah.
I'm so sad.
For those who don't know, Jan Hooks, the voice of Manjula on The Simpsons.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Apu's wife.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
That's how you have a fun
What about
fact
the
out there.
Octuplets?
Yeah. And, we also see that Penguin is a real creep. He's, like, feeling up a girl's tit.
Yeah.
He bit a dude's nose.
He's the most off-putting man that has ever lived, and he's literally assaulting people in front of dozens of witnesses.
His campaign.
Yeah. People who then have to turn around and are like, yeah, he's the best option for mayor. What are these people believing?
We don't get any thought from them, you know?
But,
it would be nice if someone was like, I don't know about this.
Yeah, Max Schreck is running him as not even a regular guy, a regular mayoral candidate, but a runoff election.
Yeah.
He has enough signatures
to impeach the mayor.
To impeach the mayor, have a runoff election. And all of that, an impeachment of a mayor is handled with the snap of a finger.
Yeah.
There's no friction to that occurring.
Also, he didn't do anything to Warren.
No, he just wasn't corrupt. They should frame him for a thing or something. You know, there should be some kind of issue with just ousting a mayor that you don't like.
Yeah, it's really poorly
There's
written.
Some bad dialogue in this scene, too. May I bring up the last thing he says to his campaign? Burn, baby, burn. That's a problem.
Yeah.
He just keeps villainously smacking his fingers together and telling us how he's going to take stuff over. I'm not sure if we're working for the bad guy.
Click, 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 click.
Yeah.
His little penguin hand.
Well, no, and he has that other line. Do you remember the other line that you wanted to bring up?
No.
Or we're not going to bring it up?
You can, I just don't remember it.
Unlimited Poontang.
Oh, yeah.
This is a movie for children!
Yeah, and they say shit twice in this movie.
I thought you got one. I didn't know you got two.
They said two.
But he tells him, if you run for mayor, you're going to get unlimited poontang.
And he was like, you bring up a good point there, Maxie.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Jesus Christ, guys. And you know what? Honestly, truly, if you tell me Danny DeVito's the Penguin, it's like,
I'm super down for that.
with that.
No, I think he was doing what he was asked.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But he could just be a businessman, a short businessman. Like, if he played the Ben Affleck Penguin,
Sure.
that's fine.
We can talk about it here, or we can talk about it in the character breakdown. Villains, in general, and especially Batman villains, I think,
are best when superhero villains in general, best when they reflect an aspect of the hero.
Sure.
And
look at the Joker.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, he's interesting because he displays the exact opposite. Yeah, the photo negative. But Penguin is all of Batman's wealth and theoretically his status, power, and his business acumen turned to the negative.
Yeah.
And so there's interesting stories to be told about that.
Yeah.
About
Bruce
what
Wayne
if that what if Bruce Wayne what if Bruce Wayne used his influence and used his financial acumen for something a little bit more nefarious? What would that look like, and how would that friction occur? And you get to see that through the Penguin.
Yeah.
Here,
this.
He is a literal garbage person.
He's a garbage pail kid come to life.
Yes, no, literally he's a garbage pail kid. That's exactly what he is.
Like, this is Ozzy.
Yeah.
He likes to eat fish.
Ooze and Ozzy. Or something like that, yeah. We're an hour into this movie.
This movie's a slow burn.
Yes. What is the conflict of this movie?
We know
at this point
that the Penguin is running for mayor in order to
give Max Schreck a power plant
and to steal kids.
We don't know that yet.
That's true. Yeah. We have no motivation from the Penguin yet.
Yeah,
because we know he's evil.
No, look at him.
I'm not judging a book by his cover. I saw the movie, so.
Yeah. So the conflict so far is...
I read the first few chapters, guys.
The conflict so far is Max Schreck can't build a power plant.
Yeah. Rich guy problem.
We're halfway into this movie, and that is the honest-to-God problem.
And there's other things happening. There's a Catwoman running around.
Yeah.
Batman's still here. They're not doing anything right now.
Do you want to continue? This is right around when I think we finally get the trio meeting up.
Yeah. Well, Selina meets with the Penguin in his little penthouse thing.
Yeah.
And shoves a bird in her mouth.
Yes.
A real bird for Michelle Pfeiffer. Bird up to Michelle Pfeiffer.
Mad respect.
Because she was like, these fake birds look too fake, so I'm just going to eat this bird.
Yeah, they just didn't have a way to do it back then.
Well, no, Dave said just eat the fake bird. Or just put the fake bird in your mouth, and she said no.
That's fucking gangster as shit.
Yeah. So it's like, alright, let's go. You think that would have everybody else step up?
Yeah, if she's given that much... I hear that's how it is on, every Tom Cruise movie.
Oh, really?
He's, the hardest working guy, so everybody around him, ups their game as much as they can.
Well, that's awesome. I disagree with Tom Cruise's personal life, but, that's awesome. That's what you want as a director.
No, yeah, totally. And he's just, he's so, and after every take, he's, checking in with everybody, and he's what can we do to make that even better? How can we make the best movie possible? Yes, yes, yes. And everybody else, it ups them. It really does. They're giving them life, Queen.
This might not be the time, but you did bring up Tom Cruise, and we won't get any more Tom Cruise superhero stuff, because he's not in anything. But you we all did, us two and our sister, fan-casted Tom Cruise as something. Do you remember what it was?
I do not. Mojo.
From X-Men.
Oh, yeah! He would be a great Mojo from X-Men.
Just let him be crazy.
Yeah, no, he's 10% his character from Tropic Thunder. No, I didn't necessarily like that character, to be honest. I didn't find it funny.
Right. But, whatever.
Whatever. I understand the appeal.
You're in the minority.
Yeah, I get that I'm wrong. You know what I mean? You ever have opinions you know are wrong? That's one of mine. A little bit of that, a little bit of his character from Magnolia.
Sure.
Mix in a couple more things, some CGI him up, put in a little Ryan Seacrest, and you could have a dope-ass Mojo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go look up Mojo, everybody. Just Google him. You'd be like, holy shit, Tom Cruise for that?
No, yeah, we are.
But it'll work.
It would work 100%.
Yeah.
It would work 100%.
So, yeah, just a little peek into our lives and what we talk about.
Yeah. A lot of fan castings go on in our life.
Yeah. Just of who we'd like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're having a meeting, and nothing really happens. She wants to use Penguin's upcoming political power to get revenge on Batman, and the Penguin agrees, and he wants to fuck Catwoman.
Yes. He wants to fuck everything.
Yeah, it's true. And they concoct a plan to frame Batman as a villain and turn Gotham against him, which is a fine plan, like Legion of Doomy.
Yeah. They want to take away the city's hope.
Yeah.
That'll be replayed in Dark Knight.
Yeah, it's true. Their plan starts to unfold on the ceremonial Christmas tree lighting. again? Is this the second Christmas tree lighting?
Well, they fucked up the first one, maybe?
Yeah,
I don't know. You could tell me that this movie happened over several years, and I would totally believe it. I would have no problem understanding.
Meanwhile, it's probably been like 2 days.
Yeah, it's been a day and a half.
The Ice Princess is in her dressing room preparing to light the button.
The Ice Clown.
Yeah. Ice Town costs Ice Clown his town crown.
Yeah. Parks and Rec, so funny.
Yeah, so good. Let's get some of those people in superhero movies. You already got Chris Pratt.
Please.
Penguin confronts her, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a talent scout." And he had stolen one of the batarangs from Batman earlier. Like, it got thrown at him, and a dog took it, and he took it from the dog. And he throws it at him.
I remember that scene. Terrible CGI.
Oh, God. And Batman uses a remote control batarang. Yeah, and Penguin throws this batarang at this woman, and we don't see it hit her. But it sounds like it hits flesh.
Yeah, it makes a puncture sound.
Yeah, and it sounds like, we're like, oh shit, did he just kill her?
Yeah, we both said, oh, he killed her. That's murder.
Yeah.
He murdered someone.
Because I thought he was going to have like one of his lackeys then pretend to be the Ice Princess.
Yeah.
Which would have made more sense.
There's such little change. Well, we've already in these, we're about 45 minutes in.
They're not an hour, you said.
No, I'm saying for the podcast.
Oh.
And we have already put as much thought into this plot as almost anyone working on this did. Certainly as much as Tim Burton did. There's just nothing happening.
And so, meanwhile, during that thing, Selena Kyle was at Wayne Manor because they were going to bang, but they did not bang. And once the news broke that the Ice Princess was kidnapped, they both left.
True.
Bruce to go be Batman, Selena to go be Catwoman.
Before that, real quick, somebody Selena says something about how somebody implied that she was 140 pounds, and she took that as an insult.
Yeah, when her and Bruce were walking down the street.
Yeah. This is the second time in 2 movies there's been a very bizarre woman's weight reference.
Yeah, we had that joke in the first one where Batman asked Vicky Vale, like, how much do you weigh? And she's like, 110, something like that?
Yeah, 108, yeah.
And he was like, you weigh more than that, like, a little later. And then
Porky.
Porky. Stay on.
Oh, going. He's just really mean about it. And in this one, 140 pounds is not a lot. That's a very thin woman. Yeah. 140 pounds.
Like, that's that's perfect weight. Like,
no, yeah.
Any weight is perfect weight, but like to mock someone who's 140 pounds.
Yeah, to imply that is a lot is really weird. Is this a Tim Burton thing? Helena Bonham Carter is a pretty lithe woman, so.
But I mean, she's also like, yeah, I guess she's pretty slight.
Yeah, she's a tiny lady. So maybe there's a Tim Burton thing where he's like, I want someone who looks like one of the broomsticks from Fantasia.
I'm so stupid that my mind went to like, and I was like, Helena Bonham Carter. What does she look like? For some reason, my dumbass mind went to what she looks like in those movies that have just come
Alice
out.
in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland. I was like, that's what she looks like. So she's kind of thick.
Thick red hair, always wearing the
big head.
Yeah. Big giant head. You know, I'll show you on Snapchat right here.
But then I was like, oh wait, she was like Bellatrix Lestrange and stuff. And she's like a tiny, thin lady.
She's been in a ton of stuff.
She's been in a lot of Tim Burton stuff.
Yeah.
Is that
I wonder how. They're divorced now, right? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Was that the first big movie she was in, sans Burton? Harry Potter?
No, she's been in other stuff. She's been around.
But I'm saying those are the biggest.
The biggest, yes, but those are huge movies.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
At this point, is Selena Kyle still going to work?
She went to work that one day.
But is she still leading 2 lives? Because she meets Bruce Wayne just for, like, a walk around town. And it's heavily implied. First of all, they both obviously know each other's secrets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's no attempt.
But they don't. That's the thing. But it looks like they do.
Yeah, every sentence seems to refer to the fact that they know each other's secrets. But they don't. But I thought this was decent. I thought this was good work. I thought the chemistry between them was really good.
Yeah.
I thought that there was a magnetism there, and I thought there was an understanding there, and I thought there was they played well against being kind of confused but kind of okay with it.
Yeah, but having different beliefs about there being a vigilante of sorts.
I thought the relationship between these two was probably the best part of the movie.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And so the Ice Princess is captured. Batman goes to go save her. But Catwoman appears to save her too. And so Catwoman drags her to the edge of a building for some reason. I guess because she's in cahoots with the Penguin. And the Penguin comes out of nowhere and releases several bats that fly frankly around the girl. So she loses her balance and falls to her death.
Yes.
She dies in a brutal way. And she hits the button as she falls. She lands on the button so the tree lights. Which is pretty funny. Fucked up, but funny. But it looks like Batman did it.
Yeah.
Everybody down there is like, oh, Batman pushed the Ice Princess.
Is this where we get the line of the movie, "Eat floor"?
Yes, it is. Batman and Catwoman are fighting, and she's like, you can't stop me. And he goes, "Eat floor!"
Punches her. Hey guys, can we do another write on this "eat floor" line, or is that going to stay in the we wrote that as a placeholder. That's going in? Okay, we're going to leave "eat floor."
Alright, I got it. Eat floor! That?
Maybe there was something in there that he just couldn't say. It was just like too Tim Burton-ish. It was like,
as the bird flies out of my fist, take it to the ground.
I can't do this. Eat floor.
My God, it's that and the new Fantastic Four movie that I've audibly laughed at a point where I should not laugh.
This is definitely a call forward, but do you want to just say what
I'll say what it is, because people will look forward to it then. In that Fantastic Four movie, there's a moment where the Thing meets back up with Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, and he's like, had to track him down. It's the end of a fight.
Yeah, and he's like,
it's a big
he's
fight
like, what
scene.
the hell, Reed? He's like, you're a dick. And Reed's like, was like, come on, Ben, I'm sorry. And then Ben Grimm out of nowhere just headbutts the shit out of him.
With like an audible doink.
Doink! Yeah, the sound effect is what makes it. It's like it's from The Simpsons.
It's ridiculous.
And I cracked up. So, I didn't see this movie in the theaters. I saw it with you guys here at our TV. And I laughed like an asshole. If I was in the theater, people would have had to call an usher.
And we both had a nice hearty laugh at "Eat Floor."
"Eat Floor" was fantastic. But this movie's supposed to be shitty. Like, that was supposed to be good.
Yeah. I don't think... No, this movie was not supposed to be shitty.
Well, I mean, it's 24 years old.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm supposed to expect that a 2015 Fantastic Four movie can deliver.
It did on that sweet-ass headbutt.
Doink!
Okay.
So, yeah, it looks like Batman killed the Ice Princess. And it's also, meanwhile, Penguin's crew was fucking with the Batmobile in order to make it controllable by the Penguin. And he does so. So Batman gets back in his... By the way, I fell asleep during this scene.
I had to wake you back up and rewind it.
You really did.
Well, no, and I wrote in my notes right before I woke you up, nothing's happening. People keep leaving for big quantities of time. How are we possibly going to recap this movie?
And
I looked over and you were literally asleep.
I felt like such a block. Even that car chase scene tacked on.
Yeah, no, it was ridiculous.
And so, yeah, like...
That is a fucking reference for nobody.
Yeah. MacGyver. Batman is just trapped behind the wheel of the Batmobile as the Penguin's steering through the streets.
Yes,
but,
Penguin is operating the Batmobile...
on like a little...
on like a little, like, hippity-hop...
like, car thing at the arcade.
Yeah, you would put, like, a 3-year-old in. He's driving in that, and it's controlling the Batmobile. And he's doing a pretty good job of driving it, all things considered.
Is it really easy to drive?
No, I mean, he's, like, missing people, and he's, like, steering responsibly.
Yeah, you think
if
if you're trying to fuck it all up, run some people over.
Yeah. But thankfully, Batman has the bright idea to punch through the bottom of a goddamn tank of a Batmobile. And he's able to save it right before Oswald crashes it into somebody.
Yeah. And then he goes home.
Yeah.
And so they're satisfied.
Shit. He goes home.
They're both satisfied with ruining Batman's reputation because enough shit has happened. But Catwoman becomes an enemy to the Penguin by refusing his sexual advances. She doesn't want to blow him.
I wish that wasn't the case, but that's what happens in this movie.
Very similar to how Vicky Vale was fake blowing the Joker.
What is with these movies? Guys!
Tim.
Rewatch these movies. There's a lot of weird stuff going on, not in a good way.
And to that point where, like, using one of his trick umbrellas, he gets propeller, and drops Catwoman through a greenhouse roof. She survives death yet again because she has 9 lives, apparently.
Yes.
It's almost like she's possessed.
And we were meant to believe that she also, of her 9 lives, 1 was used up by Max Schreck, pushing her out the window.
Sure.
1 was used up by this. This was one of her lives.
Yeah, and then there was a third one, they said.
Apparently Batman is also responsible for one of them, I guess, when he drops her into the kitty litter. That would have killed her? I didn't buy that.
No, I didn't buy that. That was
But I guess they didn't want to make it more visceral that Batman killed someone, even though, by her own admission later in the movie, he did.
Yeah. So that's 3 deaths, really.
Yeah.
By Batman in this
At
movie.
least.
Yeah. So the next day, Penguin's holding a press conference saying, like, oh, the mayor sucks. Batman's dangerous. Ugh.
We need to make Gotham great again.
Kinda. Bruce Wayne and Alfred, they managed to play through the loudspeakers. They hack in using a different frequency, a recording of an anti-Gotham rant that the Penguin had delivered to Batman. Apparently he taped it.
Yeah, while Penguin was working
Controlling
controlling his car, he was saying a lot of shit he shouldn't say. He basically, like, butt dialed. Like, you know when you butt dial somebody, you say something you shouldn't have said, you know what I mean? Or you send an email to someone when it's really about them, you meant it to send it to somebody else. He does that for his mayoral campaign.
Yeah, he really fucks that up. And so everybody's like, oh, boo! And they all start throwing shit at him. And then he jumps back down into the sewer.
Yeah.
He denounces any ties to humanity, and this is the point where he announces his plan, where he's going to get all the first sons of Gotham.
How did his mayoral run change this plan? It didn't, and it doesn't really matter overall.
I guess because he needed to team up with Catwoman at one point?
And they pulled the rug out from that mayoral stuff quick.
Yeah.
We're never going to hear about it again.
Nope. And so, it's at this point that Bruce gets an invite to the Christmas party held by Max Schreck, and he's like, oh, maybe Selina will be there. Maybe I will go.
It's the only thing that convinced him to go is that Selina might be there.
Yeah, because he wants to get it in.
Throwing it around Gotham, Bruce.
Yeah,
classic
man.
Bruce.
And we saw earlier, before, when him and Selina were in the mansion, this is when he was talking about Vicky Vale, and it's just like, oh, it didn't work.
I told her too much.
Total cop-out.
Yeah.
She knows he's Batman.
Yeah, 100%.
Knowing Tim Burton and knowing how crazy he is, I'm shocked she didn't become something like Poison Ivy.
What do you mean?
I'm shocked that they didn't give her, like, her own thing.
Her own movie?
No, like, that she didn't become a villain or something later on. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Vicky Vale became Poison Ivy.
Oh. That they didn't pull her back and make her Catwoman or something.
Or something, yeah.
Interesting.
It would have been dumb, but a lot of dumb stuff has happened. And so Bruce goes to the party, and what's interesting is he and Selina are both there, and they're the only people there not wearing a mask.
Very interesting choice. I like that choice.
Yeah, it's interesting. And it's like they're in their true identities while everybody else is escaping, much to the juxtaposition of their secret night lives.
Yes.
And it's this scene that they learn who each other is.
Yeah, they have an understanding of each other.
Yeah.
They see each other.
Yeah.
In the Avatar sense. Avatar, by the way, this is not my thing, but I feel comfortable repeating it. It's the highest grossing movie. It's one of the highest grossing movies of all time, right?
I hate that movie.
Like top 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember anything from that movie? Nobody can tell you anything about it. Nobody can name the main characters.
Sam Worthington.
They can name the actors. Nobody can really tell you exactly what happened, but everybody's seen it. Isn't that interesting?
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when the first time I saw Avatar, I did not see it in theaters. I saw it with you, actually.
True.
And when their big tree got exploded or whatever, I thought the movie was over.
Yeah, you were just like, oh, that was a weird movie. I was like, and we checked, and it was literally exactly halfway through.
Yeah, it was like halfway point. And I was like, oh my god, this movie's like 4 hours long.
It really is. I'm far from the first person to say it, but I did think it without anybody telling me this. It is Fern Gully. It is just the movie Fern Gully, done on a $1 billion basis. So be it.
Back to this. And so at this point, that the Penguin explodes onto the scene. He comes out in his duck.
Yeah.
And he attempts to kidnap Chip Shrek, Dad. But Max is like, nah, take me instead. I'm the one you want. And Dad walking. Penguin's like, you're right. And takes him to his underground lair.
Oh, you're doing all the voices.
I know, I'm acting this out for you guys. Batman springs into action and tries to stop Penguin's plan, but Penguin quips. Well, he does stop it. There's like we see the scene of like the little train outside scooping up all the kids.
Yes, Batman.
Total bad scene. What the? This was his plan? A little train?
A little shitty train
like
run
three cars on it.
Run by Michael Scavello, worked by like 3 girls who were just like running into houses, grabbing babies, and running back out.
There's no way they would get all these children.
Batman literally like yanks Vincent Scavello out of Michael Scavello. Vincent. He yanks the lackey played by a character actor. I can't believe I can't think of his name. I think it's Michael. Yanks him out of the car, and that is the end of the Firstborn thing. That's never going to play any other part. That's a ton of setup for 0 payoff. That never pays off in this movie.
It's true.
It's unbelievable.
And so that's the end of that. And so Penguin's backup plan.
I'm almost certain it's Vincent Scavello right now.
And Penguin's backup plan is to attach missiles to little penguins.
Yes, he is going to make ISIS penguins.
And
that's the plan. I'm not bullshitting you.
Suicide bomb penguins. And on Gotham Plaza, and to punish everybody. But Batman manages to redirect the penguins back to the zoo to destroy the penguin rather than the city or the.
There's some good bat boat?
Bat pod?
Something. Whatever it is, there's some good action in this. He's avoiding missiles.
Good CG.
Yeah, there's good CG going on.
It's the best CG in the movie is when the bat pod goes on the roof of the sewer.
Did he talk about blowing up baby penises?
Say again?
Oh
yeah, he made a line. He's like, I'm gonna rip off their loins or something like that.
Yeah. And that's not okay for a movie that's for children. He's like, I'm gonna blow up all of these babies' dicks. I'm not kidding. That's not far off from what the line is.
Yeah, we're paraphrasing, but I mean, we picked up on it. Probably should have wrote down the line, but it was bizarre. And Batman, he confronts the Penguin, who attempts to attack him with like a sword, but falls into the toxic water.
Where did he get the missiles, by the way?
Great question.
I have so many questions. I am not ready to move forward. Where did he get the missiles? Did he train these penguins? Are they being radio controlled? I assume they're being radio controlled.
Batman managed to change the frequency.
He changes the frequency on them.
How did you get the time to do that?
How is he doing that? That's a lot of shit to do.
There's like that woman up there controlling shit, but who the fuck is she? Like,
when did this plan come about? Why was
this the backup plan?
Yeah, this is the better plan. It at least comes closer. This is a whole thing. There's no explanation. It's just like nothing else happened. Okay, cool. Murder penguins.
We've got a bunch of missiles.
Yeah.
A bunch of penguins.
Did somebody flush them?
Flush all those missiles? It's like Homer flushing down all those springs.
Yes.
You flushed one down.
Listen, man, save the day.
Yeah, it did. And so Batman, Penguin's dead, by the way, by all intents and purposes. Like, this is really one of the last times you see him. And Shrek...
He is blown up by a bunch of penguins. Fine.
No, he falls into the toxic thing. Remember, he crashes through the thing and
falls
into the water.
Yeah.
And Max Shrek, who's in the lair, he tries to escape, but is intercepted by Catwoman, who wants to take revenge on him. Totally could have done it days ago.
Yes.
You work for him.
Yes, 100%.
You could have just, like, walked in there.
She's been alone with him.
You could have walked in there and just slit his throat.
Yeah, 100%. You know his schedule. You're his secretary.
And I know I keep mentioning The Simpsons. It's my favorite comedy. But it's literally that line where Lenny is talking to Sideshow Bob. I was like, can't believe you couldn't kill that little boy. I would just sneak up behind him and cut his throat nice and deep.
Honestly.
It's like, yeah, it's just an easier thing to do. You're coming up with this elaborate scheme.
Listen, you just don't want him dead then.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, it would be easy to...
He's your yin to your yang.
Yeah.
You know? And so Batman arrives and is like, oh no, he needs to be sent to prison. And then Max Shrek's just like...
How did Catwoman find them?
Who the fuck knows? Why are there missiles strapped to penguins?
There's no reason for Catwoman to know exactly where everyone is, especially to know where Max Shrek is.
I guess she was there when he got taken.
Yeah, but she doesn't know where they're going.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, Max shoots her several times, and she's like, I have 9 lives, 9 lives, 4 more. See, I'm still doing voices, guys. All for you. And then she has 2 lives left, and with her...
Before this, even bigger problem.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Batman reveals himself to Max Schreck and Catwoman.
Yeah,
like he officially is like, hey, it's clearly me.
He rips off
his fucking like his cowl like it's made of yogurt. And Max Schreck can see that it's Batman.
And he's like, Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed up like Batman?
You fucking retard.
Yeah. Which I guess is funny.
That's a little funny. I'm fine with that. I don't have a big problem with that.
I guess it shows you how devoid people have the idea of Bruce Wayne being Batman is.
That's true. Yeah, I have no active problem with him being like Bruce Wayne, wearing just like Batman. But for Batman to openly, willingly reveal his face and secret identity to an openly corrupt murderer.
He murdered her.
That's as bad as anything that's ever happened in a Batman movie. To me.
Ooh, is that as bad as the Joker killing the Waynes?
Yes.
I say no.
I say yes.
I say the Joker's a little bit worse.
Oh, no. I think this is just as bad. Because that, fine, it's a reimagining on the origin. This is a reimagining on the concept of who Batman is altogether.
But I kind of see it in the same light as Lex Luthor in Batman v Superman. He knows that Bruce Wayne's Batman, doesn't he?
No. Does he? No, he does. Does he?
I thought he did.
I'm trying to remember back to that scene in
Arkham.
No, it wasn't in Arkham, but it was in
a
prison, and they're going to send him to Arkham.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Didn't he?
If he does, it might be only because the information he gets from the mother boxes.
Right.
When it says, show me everything.
Boy, someone's going to come and tell us, and it's going to be super thankful. But...
Yeah, we will be very thankful to you. But that's Lex Luthor gaining that knowledge. That's not Bruce showing him.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right.
This is bad. This is not good.
This is him just ruining the suit. You can't put that back on and go home.
Yeah.
Like he's just got to be like, shit. Like he's got his cape up.
He's got like a brown paper bag over. 2 eye holes punched out. Alfred,
I did it again. And with her second to last life, because she's like, I want to save one till Christmas next year. She kisses him and pulls out the taser and grabbing onto a pipe of some sort, like a cable, electrocutes him to death. And we see his grisly body. And she disappears during that. And for some fucking reason, the Penguin emerges from that water, the toxic water, and before he can pick up his umbrella to kill Batman, he dies. It's like, cool. And then 6 penguins come out of nowhere and drag the body back into the water.
And they don't go with him into the water. They just got pushed and we're like, there you go.
Well, that's toxic water.
Yeah.
So it's like, alright, you literally just had him come out of the water to get him pushed in the water by penguins.
Yeah.
It's like, we get it, he's the penguin. And then
boy.
We see later...
completely pointless.
Yeah, we see later that Bruce is being driven home by Alfred and he sees
being driven around.
Yeah.
It's later.
Yeah, true. He sees a shadow in an alley, and he's like, Alfred, stop the car. And he goes out there hoping to see Selena, and he doesn't find her, but he finds a small cat, and takes the cat. No, not your cat.
He gonna fuck that cat.
And Bruce and Alfred, then once he gets back in the car, they wish each other Merry Christmas. Bat signal appears, and then we see Catwoman. She is there on the rooftop, and in that scene, that was actually not Michelle Pfeiffer.
True.
Somebody else, and it was in the movie it is Selena Kyle. So
yeah, we are led to believe,
and it's proof that Selena has 1 life remaining.
Yes, at least. Does she really have 9 lives, or is she
just immortal?
Is she just immortal? Is she just super resilient and she has 1 life, but it's she's really stretching it?
Yeah.
What do we expect is going on with this? There's no way to tell.
She's got 9 lives. They told us.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
There's a bunch of crazy shit happening. She's got 9 lives.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the movie.
It is the end of the movie.
So
we're to the end of the movie. That is the plot, nominally, of Batman Returns.
Character breakdowns?
Character breakdowns. Let's start with Batman in this movie.
who does not have the most screen time.
Do you think he has more screen time than the Penguin?
No.
There's no way.
No, hell no.
And I would love a breakdown of this. I'm sure there's one online. Do you think he has more than Catwoman? Interesting, right? I think he has less.
Yeah, I think he has less.
Do you think he has more than Max Shrek? I think it's probably very similar to Max Shrek.
Yeah, I would say they're on par.
He's never in this fucking movie.
I would say he does have more screen time than Catwoman because we see Catwoman by herself a lot, and we see her with the Penguin colluding.
True.
So she's got to have more screen time than him. There's no scenes of just Batman.
Also, the only scene is like him like watching TV and,
or with the investigating the gang.
Yeah,
that's the most like solo Batman we've seen.
Definitely true.
Movie. Like we said, it was our problem with the '89 Batman. Little character things that are off.
Little character things that are off.
Batman was fine, all in all. The thing you said at the end was terrible. Him ripping off the mask, fuck that.
He doesn't have very much to do in this movie, unfortunately. I guess if I had to name one thing that's really driving him, it's identity. And it's...
like the mask scene is kind of symbolic.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out who he is and his attraction to this person and who they can be together. That's really... He's almost in a rom-com in a lot of ways. But he... the action scenes are fine for him. Michael Keaton does a pretty good job.
Yeah.
He just is not doing much.
He's not asked to do anything.
Yeah.
He got paid $11 million to put on that suit.
This will be our last Michael Keaton Batman.
Ah,
I know.
But hey, we'll get to review him in a superhero movie again.
We will indeed. People...
He's playing the Vulture he has in now.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Birdman.
No.
Oh, okay, well.
It's not a superhero movie.
No, I guess it isn't. People often rate Michael Keaton's Batman as their favorite Batman. Certainly of the 90s.
Sure.
Do you think that is earned through his performance, or do you think that's earned because he just isn't doing much and he looks a little better by comparison?
Boy.
Because when we get to Batman and Robin, George Clooney's in every fucking frame of that movie for the most part. You know, he's all over that thing.
And even Clooney's acknowledged that it sucked. So
I'm not defending that, but I'm saying he had a lot more to
I understand
get done and a lot more chances to fuck up.
I'll say this. Aesthetically.
Chances that he took.
Aesthetically, looks-wise, George Clooney looks the most like Bruce Wayne in Batman.
Correct.
Of the three of them. Of Val Kilmer, of Michael Keaton, and himself.
Correct.
George looks the most like Bruce.
Yes.
I like them all in their own... I didn't hate any of them. Their characters, per se. I hated some of the movies.
Yes.
But I didn't I hated Batman in there. I hated Robin in Batman and Robin. I'll get to that.
Fair.
But I think George was fine for the most part. I think Val was fine for the most part. I would say Michael's the best of them.
I have no problem with that.
He's probably the best actor of the three of them, too.
I would say so. Should have an Academy Award.
Yes, he should. He might get one for this new movie coming out where he plays the founder of McDonald's.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty good. The Founder is what it's called.
The Founder is good. The Founder is great.
And then there's a Batman joke in that scene, too.
Yeah.
I think when it's all said and done after every Batman will have, I think people will acknowledge that Ben Affleck's is the best. If we're going down that road.
He's doing a good job so far.
Yeah, so far. I love him in Batman Superman.
Yeah.
But yeah, Michael Keaton, acting-wise, he just didn't do much. That's the thing. It's not his fault. It's a story problem.
Let's move forward. The Penguin. Danny DeVito plays the Penguin.
Hated it.
Obviously, we have problems with the Penguin as a character.
I didn't have problems with it. I hated it.
Yeah. Our problem with it is that we hated it. None of his plans make any sense.
It's not fun to watch.
It's not fun to watch. There's no redeeming... There's nothing redeeming this performance.
Is he the hero of his own story even?
No, he's got to know he's the villain. I guess to try to argue for the character, you would say he is trying to do to the world what he feels has been done to him. He's trying to make it feel like he feels because he is such a freak. And that's really his story. It's a freak's journey through the world.
I don't feel bad for him, though.
No, he's never once sympathetic.
That's the thing. If you're going to make him a freak, he's got to be sympathetic.
Anytime you make your character The horniest character in the movie is never the sympathetic one.
True. I'm very interested to see because he's a freak, and you don't get a lot of freaks in Batman movies.
True.
And the most recent one coming up is Killer Croc.
That'll be a freak.
Played by Adewale. I'm going to butcher his name. I'm sorry. Adewale.
Agbaje.
Something like that. Looks like he's going to do a fantastic job. I'm interested to see the route they go with it. Is he going to be sympathetic?
Is he going to be super horny?
He won't be super horny. I mean, I know Harley and Katana are there, but I doubt it. I think Boomerang's going to be super horny.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But I'm interested to see if they... Because learn from that. Because there's such a thing that you can take a character, he's a freak. Like you said, I'm going to do to the world what the world did to me. Fuck the world,
The movie starts, he's getting abandoned by his parents.
But also, he ate a cat!
Yeah, true.
So I was like, oh god, it's just... Ugh.
Okay. Is it Danny DeVito's fault, the problems in this movie?
No, hell no.
I don't think so.
You're a fool if you think it's DeVito's fault.
I don't think it's DeVito's fault. I don't think he gave... He certainly was not phoning it in.
No, he was trying. He never broke character, apparently.
Ugh. I've heard that about him before. And that's a little creepy. Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman.
I liked it.
This was really good. I thought it was one of the best things in the movie.
I didn't like her origin.
No, the origin is complete and utter horseshit. Once you get past that...
It was good.
And you're in the movie, it's good. Her stuff with Bruce Wayne is great.
Yeah.
I thought she owned the Penguin whenever she was around him. I thought her stuff with Max Schreck was very good.
Her hatred of Batman was a little iffy.
Yeah, that's interesting. Selina and Bruce are good. I didn't like...
That
the Batman Catwoman dynamic as much.
I agree with that.
Because I didn't get her hatred of him as much. She's trying to... Well, of course he's going to try to stop you. That doesn't mean you have to... I just thought it was a little misplaced, and it wasn't earned in the movie.
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer did a great job.
Yeah,
she did a really good job.
And also, Christopher Walken did a pretty good job.
Chris Walken did exactly what Chris Walken needed to do in this movie. He played this big industrial tycoon.
Should have been Rupert Thorne.
Should have been Rupert Thorne. Not his fault.
Or Roman Sionis.
Roman Sionis is another example. Moroni Falcone are examples. Why
not?
There's tons.
Yeah.
You can... who is... shit.
Describe him. Sure, I know him.
He was in the animated series a lot. Is it Rupert Thorne? And he was a business tycoon. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Rupert was in the show a lot, so...
I'm probably thinking of Rupert. Oh, no. Who's the guy with the hair horns?
Oh, he was in The Flash, too.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he died in The Flash. Good lord, what is his name?
He was also in the last Arkham game.
Oh, good god. It's not Max Lord.
He created...
I'm on it.
He created Metamorpho. Simon Stagg. Simon Stagg. He could have been Simon Stagg.
Yeah.
That would have been great. He had the hair.
Yeah, it's perfect. And Rupert Thorne is a little bigger. Simon Stagg is a little thin.
Yeah, it could have been Simon Stagg.
Yeah, good job, Joe.
Yeah.
Glad that didn't take longer than me to do. Because I was Googling really fast. I was like, the Flash business guy?
Businessman murdered? Spoiler. 2 years ago.
But yeah, he did fine.
Clearly, movie MVP, Chip Shrek.
Bad.
I actually thought he did a really good job.
I know, you kept saying that. Whenever I made fun of him in the movie, you're like, alright, Matt, I think he did a good job. I'm like, alright, Joe, fuck off. I think it's funny.
The character is not good, but I really like that actor for some reason.
So I'm just going to say, Dad, I wish... I know I was going to get sad, but I wish I had a dad so I could say that to him.
Oh my god, Matt. Getting a little dark.
A little bit. Not as dark as Batman Returns.
Opening up the mouth, letting the dark stuff out. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to rate this movie?
Let's talk about Tim Burton.
Oh, okay.
Real quick.
We like Tim Burton.
Like Tim Burton, that's established.
We don't love Tim Burton. We like Tim Burton.
So. Did he do right by Batman?
By Batman? No.
No, right?
No.
There's no interest whatsoever in the Batman character.
Even in 89.
Even in 89, and even the true characters surrounding him, like the Joker and the Penguin, he just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
He takes parts of them and then just fills in what he needs to get as interested as he wants to be in that movie.
Yeah.
And the movie's completely about art direction. There is...
Yeah. About costumes. Joe, I don't want to make you mad. This movie was nominated for 2 Academy Awards.
Shut the fuck up. Costuming?
No.
Score?
No.
What? Makeup?
Best makeup.
Best makeup.
Best visual effects.
What?
The Batarang scene was dog shit.
Maybe it was the penguin stuff. It had to be the penguin stuff.
It had to be.
Like the ISIS penguins.
Batman Returns, ISIS penguins.
Cut.
Stan Winston, Academy Award nominated makeup artist.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My yes. No, this movie was a big fucking deal that year. Let's get into the rating and the rank. On a scale of 1 to 5 stars.
Batman symbols.
1 to 5 Batman symbols. Where are we rating this? 0 is an option.
It's not going to be 0.
No, let's say 1 is an option. 1 is the lowest.
Yeah. 2, 1.5.
I feel right about the same. 1.75?
Sure.
Yeah, 1.75 Batman symbols. This is really bad.
There's no plot.
There's
people will shit on Batman.
I'll give it a 2. I'll give it a 2 out of 5.
People shit on Batman v Superman because they say it's too plot heavy. Give me that. Give me too much over nothing.
Yeah. This is the other end of that spectrum.
Because, I understand if you're like a casual fan, you're watching Batman v Superman, you might not know what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, especially in the extended edition, the extra half hour, we're right with it.
Yeah.
We know what's happening. Like, oh, that's who that is. That's Lex. He's doing that.
Yeah.
We're like, we can get it. And I think that
you really need to be a super fan to know who Lex Luthor is.
I know. But honestly, yeah.
But still, no. I
give me too much versus too little.
Your point is taken. Let's rank this movie.
Against 89?
Against the 89.
It's worse than 89.
It's worse than the 89 one. Very clear. Okay. Do you have anything else for the week, Matt?
Man, I'm good.
Coming at you guys next Tuesday. It's another Newsday Tuesday, and then we're coming back next Friday, and we're going to be doing
Forever.
Batman Forever, as directed by Joel Schumacher. Big sea change in the Batman universe. It's going to be very interesting to sit down and discuss. Can't wait for that. For anybody who wants to get a hold of the podcast, please email us, as we talked about earlier, upupandawaypodcast@gmail.com, facebook.com, upupandaway show, Twitter, upupandaway show, Instagram, upupandaway podcast. Please rate, subscribe to the podcast. That means a ton to us.
Leave us comments. We like your guys' comments, especially on Facebook and stuff.
Oh, it's wonderful. We always
people who say that, like, Cyborg sucks or something like that.
We still appreciate it.
We just think it's funny.
Yeah. So, for both of us here at Up, Up, and Away, we appreciate each every... I'm having a stroke.
Be good, everybody.
Bye.